Yeah, Ryan, obviously, now you guys get to get it going for real. Is everybody pretty excited about that? I mean, obviously, at this point of a normal year, you'd be well into it, but is everybody pretty ready to go?
Yeah, we love our sport. We love playing. We're excited to go, and we're probably the fact that we're not playing each other makes it exciting. We are definitely ready to stop beating up on each other. I think in the gym, the girls do a good job sharpening each other, but maybe that's just me. I'm looking to see if some of these new faces playing in new places are gonna what they're really gonna do.
Next question from Nick Canizales.
Hey, Coach, what's going on? You
Yeah, good
talked
to
about
see
the
ya.
new places. You bring back a lot of experience. Yas and everybody else, how valuable is having that experience from last year's run and those girls getting a lot of games under their belt here?
I think the experience is really, really important just because, everybody's been limited in the amount of training. We lost all of the spring. That's why we're trying to add new stuff. We've definitely been getting after it for a while, not having non-conference. So it's given us time to get caught up, but we're not where we normally are at this time of the year, as far as number of touches and the chemistry and everything. But with that said, I think we're farther along if there's a team full of rookies and we're implementing some ideas and concepts for the first time. I think it'll be good just to have some battle tested warriors just in match atmosphere. But again, that's going to look different too, right? Well, or Kansas will be crowd noise and no fans, so we'll see if that makes a difference or not. It shouldn't, and I don't anticipate it being that way, but you never know until you see it for the first time.
Next up is Matt Roberts.
Yeah, Coach, good to see you. First off, you talked about it right there, but how important is it, and is it easier for a veteran team to create their own energy in an environment like that?
I'd like to think so. For us, it's always been about knowing one way to play, regardless. And, sometimes it's hard to answer the question when we have 7,000 fans, it doesn't make a difference. And it does because we talk about multiplying the joy, but we really want the girls to not even play for the fans, big or small. And so, ask me on Monday when we get back, and we'll see how that goes. But the great players have a drive, they have an intensity, they have a desire to get better. Competitive for us means most ready most often. So a competitive team means we're ready for the next point, regardless if it was a wow play or highlight play or an error on our part, whether fans are cheering for you or not. We want to be dialed in and be great students of the game and apply our skills to the next play.
Thanks, Coach.
Next question from John Morris / Jerry Hill.
Ryan, just wanted to ask you how much of a scouting report you have on Kansas and kind of what are your thoughts going into that opening match?
It's really limited. Our girls are watching some film downstairs right now, and there's one returner on the court that's playing. That's their setter, so we can look at some tendencies. We did spend time in the spring trying to profile our opponents, maybe not look at players, but what kind of system does each program like to do. So we have a little bit of that, but Kansas will know more about us than we know about them for sure, just because we do have returners going out there. I picked up a great transfer from UCLA, transfer from Nebraska. He had a good recruiting class coming in this year. So they're going to be a lot different than last year, but honestly, I think they've upgraded at all those positions.
Next question from Bryce Cherry.
Ryan, how are you guys health-wise heading into the season? And then second part of that question is just, who are some of maybe the newcomers that you're excited to see on the court?
Yeah, we're not quite 100% healthy. We were looking good maybe just last week, but some non-COVID issues have bit us here a little bit. It probably would impact who maybe would have started. but we have great depth this year. Really, I'm looking forward to seeing that depth play out. I think Lauren Harrison and KJ Kennedy Johnson at both moments this year are going to make great impacts for us. Doing a really good job. Chanel Bramschreiber is moving into a libero position for this weekend. You'll see some other DSs come in to kind of take over where Chanel and Brea were in the past that I think are going to do good. Campbell Bowden's been one of our best passers, defenders in the gym, so she's still looking, when she's healthy, really good. Callie Williams, had to sit out last year. She is just a bulldog, a competitive warrior, a coach's kid. So when it comes to understanding the game and how to score and distribute the ball, she plays to win. So I think you're going to see her have her hands and get a lot of touches from there. And then, then we're looking forward to, I think Kara and Marika have really stepped up a lot since last year. Marika had a strong postseason, and Kara looks just awesome in the gym right now.
Any other questions for Coach McGuyre? Go ahead, Katie.
Sorry, I couldn't find the hand. In terms of this kind of being y'all's first approach at playing a team back-to-back in one weekend, going into this weekend, what's kind of your plan? Will it be watch film from the first game in between the two games, or kind of like what are you planning to do strategy-wise with the new schedule?
The first match, you want to make sure you can control your side of the net. So we got to make sure our touches are good, our distribution's good, and still see what's going on the other side, and that guides some of the decisions. We want our setters to make perfect decisions off the perfect passes and get to the right person. If our touch is off and we're still working on defense and passing, we want to just make sure there's good location, and then our hitters will get a feel for the block and the defense on the other side, and we'll use our eyes and start realizing, hopefully as soon as possible, where some of those holes are and where we can attack them on it. Moving into the next night, I think is unique, especially these first couple of weeks, because we've had no preseason either. So preseason for us normally, hey, do we play Yasi at L1 or L2? Do we put her next to the center? Kara's looking good. Do we want Kara next to Marika for a big block? Do we want to split them up so they don't take kills away from each other? We're trying to figure out some of those decisions and which weighs more heavily in scoring points and limiting points. So I could imagine both teams going into next night could be playing different lineups, maybe same people in different rotations, or maybe using different people that you're considering. And again, not having film on Kansas and their depth, and maybe them on some of our new players. I think there's going to be a lot of adjustments happening. So my hope is that we've trained in a way where we've make adjustments within practice. So when we're trying to make these adjustments within matches, our girls are good at doing that. My experience has been we've never been phenomenal elite level on doing that on the fly. When we've had lots of practices building up to it, we can be really prepared for it. So that's an area we'll have to grow in as a team, over past years.